Hello everybody and welcome into the SFA Season 18 Bowl Season Bear Cave. We are here for one of the longest streams of the season. Bowl season. We've got a very long slate today. We've got game day later on, the Citrus Bowl. And then we've got the CFP starting. The journey for the Crystal Yam is about to begin. We got a lot of ground to cover here today. We are going to go as late as it goes. Dogwater looking for his his clip. But this is the SFA. It's an online dynasty ran through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. You can jump in anytime. You can claim an open team. You can set the schemes. You can recruit in the Discord, participate in server games, and build your way to a national championship. Links are in any of our descriptions if you want to get started. And as always, folks, if you are watching live, make sure to drop a Twitch Prime sub as you know, it'll keep you from getting those pesky ads, right? So we got a lot of streaming to do over the next couple of weeks. We've got 13, 14 game day style games upon us, so make sure to drop that. And as always, folks, make sure you check out our friends over at Home Field Apparel. They're dropping the can't miss kickoff boxes yet again. They revealed a third of them today. So make sure you check those out and use code SFA at checkout for that nice little 15%. All right, and the other big thing on the line here today, folks, it is off-season strategies. If you're new around here, if you win your bowl game or make the playoff, you get to choose one of these three. You can raise the overall of one of your SFA players +2. It has to be an existing player, cannot be an incoming freshman. Additional recruiting budget for next season, or an additional transfer portal scholarship for this cycle. So a lot on the line. If you win your game, you can then DM me your choice. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get on into the games because we do have a ton of action. All Bear Cave games will be simmed like a normal Bear Cave slate. We'll jump in if it's close at the end. We'll watch it play out. If not, we'll just continue on and move along. And this is the biggest Bear Cave week of the season, so a lot on the line in terms of points. So make sure you guys participate in the polls, use your channel points, and claim those raffle tickets because that wheel spin does come immediately following the national championship. So you have to submit the +2 before the national championship, but I apply it after the training results when I import SFA players. So you won't know for sure if your +2 is really going to help you, or, you know, there's still kind of a mixed bag in there. It's just basically you're just choosing someone to beef up their progression or regression. All right, but without further ado, let's get on into things here. We'll make sure my desktop audio is on. And normally, well, we'll see how it goes, but I might put up a Bear Cave highlight video if we get a ton of highlights today, but you never know. All right, so Bear Cave slate officially upon us. I am a bit sporadic here today. It's been one wild day here at SFA HQ, but we're going to start with the 6-6 teams, and that first matchup is going to be Michigan State and Maryland in the Mountain West Tribune Idaho Potato Bowl. We got Jay Jettas versus Coach Papa Smoke. Been a while since we had 6-6 teams make bowl season, so Jay Jettas, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. Remember, guys, bowl season is competitively scheduled, so these are all going to be very similar skill levels. There are a few instances where you know, a team outperforms their actual overall. So, you know, there's only so much we can do, but most of these games are going to be great. The last couple of seasons we've done this style. These games have been virtual, pretty much just complete toss-ups. Now, I do know Maryland, they have a lot on the line here tonight. Coach Papa Smoke has a couple of potential transfers, I believe, on the line, if I remember correctly. Why don't I go into my transfer portal channel here and quickly take a look if I can even find it. I am completely choking here. Where is the transfer portal? Here we go. And yeah, so Maryland, if he does not win this bowl game, will have Misho Oshie and Benny Morris III transferring. So a lot on the line for Coach Papa Smoke. I don't see Jay Jetta, so we will jump on board with Papa Smoke. And this is one of our push games on the night. So make sure you guys participate in the polls. There's going to be a lot of them. But this is just a straight up who wins. Are you rocking Maryland or Michigan State? Former Big Ten matchup. So let's get it going. And JJ, I don't see a jersey request for him, so we'll just go with the standard. Alright, so let's jump on into things here. The first bowl game of the season, there is already the Sicko Sun Bowl up on the YouTube channel. If you want to go check it out, it was a fantastic game. The last game of Rylan Warrenberg's career, a surefire Hall of Famer. So here we go. We've got Michigan, we got Maryland on the teal, or not the teal, on the blue turf. Teal turf is over in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. Papa Smoke and Jay Jetta's. Jay Jetta's used to being in the CFP. So definitely a different feeling for him here today. Got my Graping Ghosts ready for this slog of a live stream. Submission closes. No, I don't. 76% of the money is on Maryland. I don't think I messed that up. All right, Albertson Stadium. All right, so kick for Papa Smoke here. They just barely got into bowl season. They were the second to last. Jay Jettas was the last team in. He had to rely on Kent State winning the MAC to get into over A&M. And no score here early, so defensive masterclass. Are we going to see some legacy here from Stan Reisner? Well, they're down 10. Come on, Jay Jettas, not like this. JJ is doing my boy a huge disservice. Come on. Come on, Stan. You got to get into the end zone once. Oh, my gosh. Are we going to see Jay Jettas get blanked here? It's an interception by Yankee Grimes, the SFA player, but they immediately fumble it away, and they get one back. Are we going to see another choke here for Maryland? We've seen it a few times. Oh, my God. Seymour Verkeke picks off Benedict Hasselbrook, and they score again. Oh, it's not like this. Are we going to see another choke from Papa Smoke? Remember, we can't jump in until the 2-minute mark here. Stan Reisner has the ball. Here they come down the wire. 1st and 10. Can they do it again? 2nd and 11 to tie the game. They're at the 20. First game of the day. Already a 17-point comeback. The delay give. There's Stan the Man Reisner, the Yams legend, and he goes down after no gain. Third and 10 here on the blue turf. 4 wide for the Spartans. Potato Bowl on the line. Lee Thomas throws over the middle. It's caught, and he is going to be just short. So they got to keep the offense on the field. See what the play call is for Lee Thomas. Not his best day. 4 wide. Stand in the backfield. You got to imagine they run it. 4th and 1. Game on the line, quarterback keeper. He gets the edge, and he will extend it. I don't know who has the ball. Michigan State has it. Michigan State keeps the drive going. Stan the Man Reisner does nothing with it. Coach Papa Smoke needs to hold the line. Got to channel his inner Yellowstone Yams. I thought it was close. 4 wide. It's a keeper. No handoff to Stan. He stiffies a man. Stiffies another. Touchdown, Spartans. Stan Reisner on your dome. Stan freaking Reisner, man. Absolutely electric. I told you he was the best running back of all time. Nobody listened. Double stiffies with both arms. So Papa Smoke blows a 17-point fourth quarter lead. Oh, but they got the edge. Ooh! Kiki Okacha almost caught him. Here we go. Benedict Hasselbrook, CeeLo Gold. Can they find a way? All they need is a field goal. Couple of turnovers last couple of possessions. They had a fumble and a pick. Benedict jams it deep down the seam. Intercepted again! What is happening to Maryland? 6th turnover of the game. What a way to start. Insanity happening here on the blue turf. 6 turnovers. So the split backs now for Michigan State. They can win the game. Wide open. They're at midfield. It's Randy Ryan. That potato is getting mashed on the Maryland sideline right now. Oh no. Disaster here for the Terps. Dumps it off. Oh my God, that could have been 6. Oh, she could have saved himself from the TP right there. If you're just joining us, if Maryland blows this game, both middle linebacker Benny Morris and Misho Oshie are going to the transfer portal. Thomas wide open. Fringe field goal range now. 47 seconds in a dream. Maryland has to hang on. Papa Smoke, I'm so sorry if this happens to you. The wrath of Jay Jettas. Lee Thomas to the corner. Oh my God, and it's intercepted! Maryland! Maryland lives to fight another down. Matt Crowell. An instant classic here in Idaho. 41 seconds. What a way to kick off the stream. Hasselbrook, you got to put 6 turnovers out. He yams it deep as he's hit it. Oh my God, almost intercepted again. Just get us to OT. 5 interceptions for Hasselbrook alone. Dude looking like Garrett Gamara. Under center now. Another throw for Hasselbrook over the middle. One-handed snag dropped by Cade McKinstry. The Nebraska transfer at tight end. You gotta be kidding me. He went for the one-hander. Empty set now for Benedict Hasselbrook. Over the middle and incomplete. He cannot buy a catch unless it's by the defense. 25 of 47. So now they got to hope for OT. Exactly, Dogwater. Everybody saw the Warrenburg catch this week. They're trying to do it themselves. Blowing the bowl games off it. This is returnable. All right, so 21 seconds. Michigan State does have their timeouts. Split backs, 3 wide. Lee Thomas, the handoff to Stan, the man riser. A stiffy and a broken tackle. There goes Stan. The beast. Stan frickin' Reisner. Trips left. 16 seconds. Can the Spartans save the day? Steps up, yams it left, and off the back of the receiver. He was open. You got to get your head around there, Slime. But neither team wants to win this. You can clearly see why both these teams are 6-6. This is ridiculous. Neither team wants to win. Thomas now rolls right, hit as he throws. It's a sack-a-doodle-doo. Every time I do that call, it makes me chuckle. All right, 3rd and 16, game on the line. 7 seconds left. Might be able to get 1 yam and then a timeout if you're lucky. It's caught. All right, so they get a little closer. To walk it off. In the Mountain West Tribune, Idaho Potato Bowl, Michigan State. Thomas steps up, he yams it deep, an absolute sizzler! It's a moonshot, and it goes into the turf! We've got free football to open the stream! So Papa, Smoke, let me know offense or defense to start. What a start to the ball game. Remember, folks, if you're just joining us, Papa Smoke, if he loses this game, he was up 17-0, loses 2 defensive starters to the transfer portal if he loses. Starting safety Misha Oshie and middle linebacker Benny Morris III. Handoff to Stan up the gut, and he gets stacked up. 2nd and 3, all knotted at 17. 6 turnovers today for Maryland. Neither team has wanted to win, but we got Wildcat! It's Stan Reisner! Throw a pass, Big Daddy! Come on. Throw a pass, throw a pass, throw a pass! And he gets stacked up again by the safety. Yeah, in overtime, the UI always glitches. So no UI in overtime. 4 wide. 3rd and 3. Chance to get off the field. It's a keeper. There goes quarterback. He's too slow. Maryland gets the stop they needed. Field goal kicker comes on out 35 yards from right hash. The kick almost blocked, and it's good. The Spartans take their first lead of the bowl game. But now for Maryland, 25 yards from Valhalla, 25 yards from glory. Can Papa Smoke save this roster? Handoff, CeeLo Gold to the outside. He breaks one, and down he goes. They're trying to keep pace with the arms race of North Carolina. You cannot be losing transfer portal players. Everybody's BearCave's on the line. 2nd and 8. The handoff. Oh, a massive hole! He explodes inside the 10! Here come the Terps! That was a very funny-looking tackle there. Now at the 11-yard line. 4 wide, watch Cade McKinstry in the slot, the absolutely monstrous tight end. Hasselbrook can save the day here, dumps it off. It's caught, he has a lane! Touchdown, Maryland! They walk it off in the Potato Bowl! And just like that, Hasselbrook breaks Schmierman's career record. And Maryland saves 2 rostered players as they celebrate the Potato Bowl. They barely scraped by into a bowl game at 6-6. They got the opportunity and they did not waste it. Congratulations, Papa Smoke. Remember, guys, if you win a bowl game, DM me your choice for your offseason strategy. They are due by the national championship. And for Jay Jetta's year 1 ends in disaster here. That is a Maryland outright victory, and that was a great way to start bowl season, folks. We have 2 bowls done and 2 overtime games. So everything going absolutely incredibly well today. 23-20 is your final. Congratulations, Papa Smoke. And these are the kind of seasons that I always have the most fun with, being the coach as well. Because, you know, like if you're a team vying for the playoff, you don't really start to feel anything until it's around playoff time. But when you are scratching and clawing your way to 7 and 6, it's so much more fun. Just my personal opinion. Coach Fi, I'm sorry. For year one for you, fine, whatever. But honestly, that's how I felt when I first started doing well. But now, do 3 or 4 more seasons of going 11 and 1 or 12 and 0, and then you'll be like, okay, I like the struggle a little bit more. So I am going to screenshot all of these because these do glitch. So I'm just going to make sure I get some sort of a box score that I can post. I'll try and use my normal ones, but I have to spend the time to get these because too many years I've lost box scores for no reason. All right, so we'll check out our player stats now. So for Hasselbrook, 26 of 48, 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Not the day you want to have at the ballpark. 86 yards for CeeLo Gold. A lot of different guys got on the field. This guy's name is John Jefferson. Holland, 11 tackles. A lot of TFLs here. The 1 sack for Justin Fowler. 2 interceptions. 3 deflections and no fumbles. For Lee Thomas, 21 of 41, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Definitely did not have his best day. What a day for Stan Reisner. He had 2 nice highlights there. But they came up just short. You got to play in the first 3 quarters, bro. So let's see who got all these interceptions. They didn't get any sacks, but 2 for Nick Davis, 1 for Corey Mays, 1 for Seymour, and 1 for Rokeem Shields, so 2 SFA players. And then a lot of deflections, and Jason Carpenter got the fumble. All right, players of the game, Kiki Okacha, Stan the Man Reisner, Inky Grimes, and Nick Davis. So for your BearCave scoring, that is a Maryland outright victory. Congratulations. Remember, I will be posting all the games later on tonight in channels. And remember, folks, the CFP kicks off on Thursday morning, a special midweek morning stream. We got 2 games coming to you live on Thursday. We got the Iowa-Kent State game and the Florida State-Cincinnati game. So make sure you guys don't miss out on that stream. All right, so we're already 25 minutes into the stream, and we're already through 1 game. But now we've got a little bit lesser of a bowl game, I would say, than you would typically see. We've got the Concepcion guaranteed 50% completion rate bowl game. Mississippi State and Western Kentucky, the last game of the great Maximus Mays III career. This is a CPU versus CPU game. This is a 2-point favorite here for Mississippi State. And much like we saw last season with Georgia State, Mississippi State's a team that's never really had a great season. So this is like one of the best seasons of all time for a team like Mississippi State. So are they going to find a way? Make sure you guys get your predictions going. Are you rocking with Mississippi State, or are you rocking with Maximus Mays III? The all-time great SFA reject. So Sunbelt versus SEC action. No, Mississippi State doesn't have a user ever since Kenzie was there for 2 minutes. Sun Devils Stadium, we're here in Tempe, one of the hottest places I've ever been. So heads and kick as always. See if we can find some more magic here tonight. Mississippi State looking for their best win in history. Western Kentucky had a magical year last year, and they only scored 2 points in their bowl game. Well, right now they're getting shut out. They need to figure out a way to score here. 10-0 early on. Western Kentucky gets a touchdown. Can they hang tough? Another decently close game here. Pretty low scoring as well. 17-14. No score there for Mississippi State. We're going to the fourth quarter. Only a 3-point game. They push it to 10. Remember, we can only jump in if it's a one-score game. And an interception in the end zone for Maximus Mays III. That very well could do it. Remember, we can't jump in unless they do score here. We're at that 2-minute mark. Can they find it? Touchdown, Maximus Mays. So, will they get the onside kick here? And no, it's caught by Mississippi State. They stiffy a man, and then it's all it takes is a field goal here for the Bulldogs. Remember, guys, we are doing all bowl games and the Citrus Bowl today. Bryce Beers potentially plays his final game. Going up against Cabbage later on tonight. So 2nd and 5, all they need is a first down. Hand off to the outside. He's going horizontal. You got to attack the middle there. So game on the line right here. Can Western Kentucky get the ball back? Can we see a Maximus Mays legacy drive? Pistol form. Delayed give. There goes Moss, and he goes down. So depending on the call here, they are going for it. So Western Kentucky got to get another stop. Concepcion completion rate bowl on the line. Over the middle, it's caught by Mississippi State. And that should do it. Manny Roberts. So another very close game. Congratulations. Everything's a legacy drive if you really think about it there. Bob Toledo, you wouldn't know. Eastern Michigan has no legacy. Boom, on your dome. Second and 12, and that should do it here for the guaranteed Concepcion completion rate bowl. It's a mouthful. But there it is, triple zeros. Mississippi State does, in fact, get the cover. Only a 2-point spread. So congratulations. I wonder how many people are 2-0 on the day. Only 30% of you guys were rocking with Mississippi State, at least in the poll. Oh my, look at that fat boy in Starksville. Oof. And look at those arms. The last time he'll ever grace our stream. And oh my god, what are those player models? Alright. Well, you guys got to watch out for Mike. He went almost perfect in Conference Championship week, so. Still anybody's games. We've seen some crazy comebacks in bowl season. This is the longest post game of my life. Come on. Get me out of this game. Yeah, we all have believed in Maximus Mays at one point or the other. As you look at the scoring summary, they almost did it. They almost came back. Gotta get my scoring summary. Alright, so player stats here. Manny Roberts, the senior, goes out with a bowl win, 17 of 33, 243, 2 touchdowns. Richardson had 86 yards. Hassan Hand, 43 and 1. Defensively, 11 tackles, 5 TFLs for Robert Wolf. 2 sacks here today, and 2 interceptions on Maximus Mays. And the fumble. For Western Kentucky, the last time he'll grace our screens, 21 of 39, 298, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Somehow always just missing the transfer portal. Don't think there's any other SFA players still on here from Huey's time at Western Kentucky. So that era is officially closed. Alright, so we'll get our players of the game. Come on, Maximus Mays gets one more player of the game in his career. That is a Mississippi State cover. Those of you guys scoring at home. Alright, next up now we are going to UTEP. We're not going to UTEP, but going to their game. UCF at UTEP in the Patreon Lending Tree Bowl. Of course, if you ever want to join Patreon for more content, you check out patreon.com/the SFA. Alright, so Florida man, you wanted what? Your prisoner throwbacks, probably? Let me check my screenshot, but this is a UCF 2-point favorite, so pretty similar to the last game. Our Mountain West Bowl or champ losers, and I can confirm because I updated the history sheet yesterday, UTEP is officially 0-5 in Mountain West championships. So congratulations to UTEP. So Florida man, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. He said receive. Wonderful. And, yeah, prisoner throwbacks here for the Miners. Alright, so get those Bobinas in. Is Florida man really going to beat his former team here tonight? Or will Champ Bloomers crumble under the pressure? Here we go. So I didn't mess up the jersey here, Florida man, so you can't blame me for your loss. They shocked the world against New Mexico, made it to the Mountain West Championship, and got dome-shotted. So UCF, UTEP here, and is this one in Birmingham? Not sure where this game's at. Lad Pebbles Stadium. Anybody have any idea where Lad Pebbles is? I'm guessing south. Alright, so receive for UTEP. Here we go. The Lending Tree Bowl on the line. 7-6 versus 7-5. Florida man trying to avoid 7-7. Which I think is kind of the funniest record out there possible. So 7-3 here early on, but UTEP once again stalls for a field goal. Unable to capitalize as we are at halftime. Another defensive battle. Both of the games so far have been pretty defensive. UCF, though, opening it up here in the third quarter. UTEP's got to find a way. They've got to get on, and no, they cannot. Not looking good for Florida Man, but it's a fumble. UTEP does recover. Is this where the game switches? No. Champ Bloomers does nothing with it. And a long touchdown there. That is a 69-yard touchdown rush. Nice. And oh no. 4th and 1. They got stopped again. It's not looking good. Unless they can get this within one score here. They're down 15. And that's going to do it. So the Lending Tree Bowl goes to UCF. They cover with ease. So no off-season strategy for Florida Man, as he now looks potentially towards the coaching portal. So that's a UCF 1. We'll check on the scores. Champ Bloomers 21-35, 198 and 1 touchdown. Run the ball, Kenneth Moore 94 yards. Passing, Bill Sanders and McFarland and Horn in his final game. He did get the touchdown. 10 tackles here. Or Ryan Hightower, a couple of good players here still. So could be interesting to see what happens with this team if Florida Man decides to leave. UCF, Aaron Brown, the senior, 15-24, 198 for Brandon Robinson. Tight end domed him with 100 yards. 4 TFLs for Harris, 2 sacks, no interceptions, 3 deflections, and 1 fumble. So that will do it here for the Patreon Lending Tree Bowl. We'll check our players of the game. Champ Bloomers, transfer portal quarterback. So this is a UCF cover for those of you guys scoring at home. Always a nice revenge game there. Anytime I have the opportunity to do a revenge game, I do it. It's so much more fun. Alright, so now we're going to the other game between 6 and 6 teams. Georgia Tech with the best resume by far, but they are 0-6 versus Tier 1 teams. And Stanford, another team that was fringe top 25 all season long until the wheels just fell off. But they have the best running back in the nation into Quentin Sims going up against Mike, of course. So, Wind, if you're here, you do get priority. Heads or tails, kick or receive. This is a 7-point favorite for Georgia Tech. Vegas is all over Georgia Tech lately. So can GT get it done, finish in a winning way? Or will Stanford dome shot him? So I don't see Wind in chat here, Mike. So if you want to say heads or tails, or sorry, kick or receive. My mind is everywhere today, but Mike wants the Navy look. So we'll give him Navy. There we go. Wonder, do you have a Navy helmet? No Navy helmet. That's alright. Like a classy gentleman, he puts heads before receive. Nicely done. Very tasteful. So Georgia Tech, 7-point favorites. Nobody thought the 6 and 6 teams would get a bowl, but things swung their way. The first 6 and 6 matchup was a classic. Let's see what happens here as we go to Tucson. Arguably the most lore-heavy field in SFA history. The Legion of Dread Arizona Bowl. So many stories. So many funny moments on this stage. Here we go. What will Kai Oyama do today to follow in the footsteps of the great Garrett Gamara and the great Josh Gamara here on this field? Arizona Stadium. A couple of defensive freshman All-Americans as well in this game, so a lot on the line here. So, very fun game. So, as always, Mike wants to receive. So, here we go. The Legion of Dread Arizona Bowl. And a quick start for Georgia Tech. They're on the board early. Exactly what they wanted. They hit him again! DeQuinton Sims and Corey Light. Looking like deers in the headlights right now. Georgia Tech again, 17-0, right to the 24! They get one back, but they got to get a stop. I don't think they got one defensive stop in that half. Stanford trying to find their way back here, 27-10. 27-17. Oh, no, not like this, Mike. It's been that kind of season. And no, they put the pedal to the metal. They're looking good. They're feeling better. 37-17. It's going to take a disastrous display. Hold on. Or we cannot jump in until this gets into scary territory, but they're not going to do anything with it. 37-23 is your final. Congratulations. Georgia Tech wins the Legion of Dread Arizona Bowl. So, Mike, make sure to DM me your choice for off-season strategies. As Oyama, Rodney Rose. Oh, yeah, we got a Derby picks. I went with Wally Culpepper, receiver for Boise State. Forgot to mention that before we get too deep into this stream. So a beautiful game, 37-23. There's the offense we've been waiting for. So Rodney Rose threw a pass as well. Kai Oyama, 11 for 18, 187. He's going to have to see if he has a job next year. Defensively, Reed Nakamoto, his final game, 7 tackles. He did also get an interception. Congratulations. Couple deflections and no fumbles. And for Stanford, year 1 for Coach Wynn ends in disaster. Corey Light, 17 of 36, 233, 2 touchdowns. DeQuinton Sims gets 115 and 1 touchdown as well, as he is looking for a Team of the Year slot. We'll see if he did enough. Ovi Ugwa, the freshman All-American, 4 TFLs on the day. No sacks for this team, but giving up 37 points, never a good thing. So here we go. We are now speeding through bowl season, getting into our vibe, into our groove. Oyama, Corey Light, all SFA player stat sheet here. And that is a Georgia Tech cover for those of you guys scoring at home. Let me make sure I pay it out. 89% of you guys trusted in Georgia Tech. So they officially won every non-Tier 1 game. That's an impressive feat in of itself. Alright, so we continue the slog here tonight, as next up we've got the team that shocked the world in the Conference USA going up against Louisville. North Texas, the Conference USA champions, taking on Coach Calv in the SFA Hall of Fame Hawaii Bowl. This is a 3-point favorite for North Texas. Make sure you get your submissions in here. A lot of coinage to be made in this stream. So Coach Cal, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. We'll jump on board with him. But North Texas, really good end to the season for them. So the SFA Hall of Fame Hawaii Bowl, our 3 Hall of Fame inductees are on the sidelines today. The great Terrell Remmers, the great Vladdy Daddy Sexton, and blinking on my 3rd one. Bro, who did I induct? Let me just... I didn't forget you, Niall Sheathers. I didn't forget you. They're on the sidelines here. Taking in a classic here. The Denton Fatties lost in disaster last year in their bowl game. Louisville back here. First time in a couple years. All right, so here we go. The Denton Fatties take on Honolulu. Louisville strikes first. They've had a very unique year as they've redshirted the vast majority of their SFA players. They were looking to tank this year, and all of a sudden they find themselves in the Hawaii Bowl. 14-10. This game is getting serious, though. Louisville has the lead. Here comes Brasfield, and they can't do anything. The offense. How did this team beat Texas State? 24-21. Long drive. Oh, and they score. It's back to a 10-point game. We cannot jump in unless they get this back inside one score, and they do. So we'll go aboard for the onside kick. The Denton Fatties need the ball back. And it's recovered. So Louisville just needs a first down to end the game. And just a reminder for everybody watching, this stadium is glitched and revamped. The overhangs do cover the camera and cut off the end zone. So don't think it'll impact us here, but that's always one downside to this game. So under center. The handoff. Up the gut. Oh, he found a hole, and that's going to be close to a first down. What a cut from the running back. Bradford looking like Bradford Blazer out there. Oh, this is the Hawaii Stadium. Handoff, and up the middle. That should do it. That'll end the game. And the Conference USA champions go down. Now, I need somebody to track how the conferences are doing today. I don't know if anyone's already doing that. But the ACC, I think, is 2-0. So Finn Fisher gets a win here. The SFA player, everybody's favorite coach, Coach Elharm, recruited him to Tulsa, and then he transferred over to Louisville. So 3rd and 15, will they run a real play? Yes, they do. Can North Texas bail themselves out? No, they can't. Oh, man, he just got hit by his own player there. But that should do it. The Hawaii Bowl will go to Louisville, as we are going to have to sit here and watch this play out. But North Texas was a 3-point favorite, but this is our first true upset of the day, as Louisville will go out as the winner. So triple zeros, there it is. 31% of you guys rocked with Louisville. Congratulations on picking that one. So Coach Cal gets a win here for Louisville in a year where he thought they weren't going to do anything. So now the stage is set for next season to be a real killer for Louisville as they try and go on a playoff run. Dogwater seething. His last chance to get JC England today, and he is choking on a stick. Yeah, North Texas cost Texas State a first-round bye, and they can't even win their bowl game. Nasty work. So that's 2 losses in a row in bowl season for North Texas. They lost on the Hail Mary to San Diego State last year, which ended the Ended the D-Sleep era. So we're making some decent progress here. We got a lot of games to go through. And we still have the Citrus Bowl later on tonight between Auburn and Arizona. Alright, gotta get my screenshots here. So Louisville wins it. I think that might be like the first upset pick of the day. Vin Fisher, 22-39, 255, and 3 touchdowns. James Bradford, 162 and a touchdown. Not much doing here on defense. And for the Denton Fatties, Axton Brasfield, 18-30, 252 touchdowns, 89 yards for Rob Washington. Leon Mosby, 2 touchdowns. They were missing quite a few SFA players, but 3 TFLs for Heath Burke. Sack for Baldwin. No interceptions, 2 deflections, and no forced fumbles. So we'll continue on. We'll get our players of the game, and then next up we are headed to the Texas Bowl. No, you have not played yet, Coach Moon. We've had some long jumping games so far, so a little bit behind the schedule here, giving people a chance to get into the game. Yeah, the Derby race is definitely anybody's game. Nope, I accidentally added a trophy to my profile. I guess I'm just stacking those Hawaii Bowl trophies, you already know. Alright, so next up we are going to Arkansas State and New Mexico in the New Heights Classic Texas Bowl. Arkansas State does have an SFA running back and New Mexico SFA quarterback. So DJ Satterfield versus the like 5'4" guy that Mike made. Jamar Pedroza or whatever his name is. But this one is going to be a 2.5-point favorite for New Mexico. So who are you rocking with? A little Mountain West versus Central, or Conference USA, I mean. I am stumbling over my words today. I definitely did not get enough sleep. I always can tell when I stream by how much I stutter and stuff, if I am well rested. There was a user at Arkansas State, a couple of them, but nobody currently. New Mexico had Coach Chumtoad for the longest time, but he just went to Tulsa, so both these schools wide open for potential people to jump on in and ride this bandwagon to the top. But we'll jump on board with Arkansas State. Oh yeah, scout castings, yeah. I mean, Shante Bahama has been lighting it up for you, Coach Fi. I don't think you're missing scout castings. I think getting Tyrell Smoochie was a better option for you. Alright, so the side of the New Heights Classic, giving some lesser teams some big chance to shine here. Arkansas State, of course, known for having Chet Doge, the greatest wide receiver and arguably the greatest player of all time. So we'll go heads and kick. Who is going to steal one here at the New Heights Classic? Zeros on the board at 3 points here. New Mexico was so close to beating UTEP and going to the Mountain West Championship, potentially playing their way into the playoff, but that dream did not work out. But they are trying to get their lick back here. Arkansas State struggling. Down by 6 at halftime, 14-13. We're going back and forth, bar for bar. line for line, trying to generate a classic here. Fourth quarter, long drive goes nowhere. We're going to go one play at a time as this game is super close. Remember, we'll jump in at that 2-minute mark. And there's a field goal. So, coming down to the wire, they're going on a drive. It's 4th and 13. They're going to have to punt it. Can they get the ball back? 2nd and 7. Here we go. Arkansas State, a first down or two should end the game. Hand off up the gut. He gets outside, gets inside. That's going to be a first down. So that may have just done it. I think that they can get the ball back here, potentially. If, like, they just get the punt. Kevin Oliver, 35 for 114. They are still running real plays, so there is always that chance. Just ask UNLV. Handoff up the gut, lowers the shoulder, gets 4 yards. So 3rd and 6, I think this game is over. Actually, no, they'll get the ball with like 30 seconds left. Handoff, can they get the stop? Oh, what a play! There are still a few lingering SFA players over here. Most notably, Manfred Touchstone, the offensive lineman, and DJ Satterfield. But I think they have Jordy Schmerda still, potentially. He might have graduated, but I know Axelson transferred to Texas. All right. So, 4 points. Can DJ Satterfield channel Dyron Satterfield and lead a legacy drive, as Bob Toledo would love to say? And the fair catch at the 10. I don't know about that one, folks. Gotta let that go, bro. Alright, can we see something beautiful? DJ Satterfield, brother of Dyron, the SFA quarterback, former Clemson quarterback. The IGR. Can he find greatness? He is a lefty and instantly pressured. He yams it on the comeback. What a throw. In the context of what's happening, you need to throw it deeper, and but that was a beautiful play. Breaking Montez record there, passing yards in the season. That was a beautiful throw. But we got a game to win. Come on, boys. Clock is not running, so they gave him the benefit of the doubt there and stopped the clock. New Mexico. Game on the line. Yams it deep. Left side. 2-on-1. Intercepted. It's going the other way. What a pick by the safety. And that is going to give Arkansas State the New Heights Classic. And that is going to be an Arkansas State outright. So back-to-back upsets here in terms of the spread. Bang, bang. Nobody chose Arkansas State. Absolutely nobody. So eat your Bobanos. Arkansas State on your dome. What a catch. A one-hander there a little bit. Everybody throwing out one-handers today. So fun game there as we continue the climb. We're starting to get into a lot of the big-time games now. You know when those lower games start to become bigger. Bigger and bigger and bigger as my Derby pick coming up. I fell out the last couple of weeks. I have half a point in the last 2 Derby cycles. Looking for a big comeback today behind Wally Culpepper, the wide receiver for Boise State. As Colorado is going to be another one of those teams that has a big-time transfer on the line. Folks, this game will decide if Rayton Mashburn enters the transfer portal. Both Iowa State and Maryland so far have saved their transfers. We still have Colorado and Eastern Michigan on the line, of course. But this is the big one. The guys for Eastern Michigan are nowhere near the level of Rayton Mashburn. Fine, my picks on paper always look beautiful before they happen. You know what I mean? It's just, it's such a cluster at the end of the day. There's never a right choice. You're a big boy, Kenzie. You can figure it out. I don't know how close we are to Rutgers. But this is Arkansas State outright. So Nick Clark, the redshirt freshman, gets it done. 16-26, 185, and 2 touchdowns. Oliver, 119. Johnson had the most yards and a touchdown. And on defense, 3 different guys got double digits and a ton of TFLs there. They got 2 sacks. They were pressuring DJ all day long. They got the 2 picks as well. A lot of deflections. No forced fumbles. New Mexico, DJ Satterfield, 14-37, 174, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He might come back for one more year. Maybe that will be the year for New Mexico. Somebody wants to go for one year run at a playoff. This could be an option for you. Zach Jones, the sack for Reggie Dukes. And that will do it. So trugging along here in the bowl season. We're doing all games today, including the Citrus Bowl. We're going to get up to the CFP, which will kick off Thursday morning with 2 games, and then Saturday and Sunday we'll finish out round 1, and then round 2 will likely start on Monday. That's not confirmed yet, but just giving you guys a little heads up of what's coming down the pipeline. So this is an Arkansas State outright victory. Congratulations to the Conference USA. They step up where North Texas faltered. If somebody wants to be a doll and track the conference records, that'd be awesome, but otherwise I'll just calculate it later on tonight. But I have no highlights written down since our first game of the day, so these games are starting to go by a little bit quicker here. So next game up is Boise State and Colorado. It is the HRS Weekly Holiday Bowl here in San Diego. Let me know, Coach Dune, if you're here, heads or tails, kick or receive, and if you want a special combo. This is a 3-point spread for Colorado. They had a very up and down year. And of course, Johnny Snott, will he be playing? I believe he is, but we'll see. Maybe he's not. I don't quite remember. All I know is they need Wally Culpepper to get like 3 touchdowns. That's a big L for Jackie Moon. So 79-79, very interesting match here. And Coach Moon, he wants gold, gray, gold, black. Oh no. What a terrible combination this is going to be. Gold, gray, gold, and black. That is not the best color scheme I've seen. So we'll jump on board with Boise. I don't see Moon here, so see what happens. Oh, Moon is here. All right, kick or receive, big dog. Will Rayton Mashburn enter the portal? He would look mighty fine in the red and white up in Madison, I'll tell you that. A little Rayton Mashburn action. Come on, Sir Moon, make a decision, big fatty. Put the plaid down. Answer the question. Kick or receive? Oh, this is disgusting. No one betting for Colorado. Nobody believes in the Buffs. But when a player is on the line, you never know the result. Come on, Boise. Ike Deason legacy game. Please, I'm on my knees. There he is, Wally Culpepper. Lead us to victory. Give me like 5 touchdowns. Legacy game. Come on. Please, I'm on my knees. So here we go, the Holiday Bowl down in San Diego. Yeah, I know, his piss combo. I really hope he leaves Colorado. This is a terrible combination. Ruining the aura of my Buffaloes. So Moon wants to kick. We'll see Wally Culpepper out there first. Come on, big dog. Strike him fast and strike him hard. And interception to start, but they score. I don't know what happened. All I know is Colorado not scoring here early. We need more touchdowns. Come on, boys. 7-7. Things are not looking good. Oh, my God. There's just no offense on either side. It's 14-7. There you go. You get one back. So, very interesting game playing out here. Holiday Bowl on the line. Rayton Mashburn's future on the line. They take the lead. Oh, everything's looking good, Colorado, but they can't hang on. And a 3-and-out. Come on, Boise. Come on, Boise. What is this? Colorado takes the 2-score lead. Now we got to hope. And an interception! Ari Kazumba right to the dome. Here come the Buffaloes. They are looking to make a statement. They're up 21. Come on, we need just a... We need a pity touchdown. And they punt it. Oh my God, disaster here. Colorado wins by a landslide. And there's no way Wally Culpepper scored any of these. Culpepper. No! I get skunked in bowl season. Disaster. But Rayton Mashburn is saved from the portal. That is the important part. I've completely folded in Derby. I've completely folded. It's all down to my... I got to go like for broke in the playoff pick. I gotta get in the lab. But that is a CU big time win. Was Colorado favored? Yes, they were. So we'll pay that out. Congratulations to the Colorado bettors. That is one of the more dominant picks of the day. I needed at least top 3, too. I needed the transfer portal scholarship, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get it. Johnny Snot goes 10 of 24, 158, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Mashburn, he doesn't want to leave Boulder. 190 and 2 touchdowns. Beautiful. Like, why would Moon want to leave this? 3 TFLs, 4 total sacks, just domination. Ari Kazumba even gets a pick. Boise State, Ike Deason, you are dead to me. 15 of 28, 184, and 1 touchdown. Slime couldn't even get Culpepper the ball. 5 for 49. I'm sick. Couple of TFLs, the sack, 2 interceptions, 3 deflections, and the forced fumble. So that is a Colorado with the cover. So CU number 3 there. Okay. So we'll continue it on here in bowl season. We are chucking away. Next up, we got an independent matchup. Couple in a row here is Clemson and Boise State. Not Boise State. Boston College. Not sure what I'm smoking here tonight. Where are they? Clemson, there it is. So, the CC Sportsbook Music City Bowl, Boston College and Clemson, CPU versus CPU. This is a, I guess, battle for the leather helmet. I guess this is a rivalry. This is a 4-point favorite for Clemson. So, who are you locking in on? Yes, Arkansas State did win. So we're not even halfway yet. So we got a lot of work still to do here tonight. We'll jump on board with the Clemson Tigers. Yawn. I'll believe it when I see it, Dogwater. I'll believe it when I see it. So here we go. CC Sportsbook Music City Bowl. The Independent Boston College versus Clemson. Thought Clemson might be back this year, but this division is just so damn good. Boston College barely held out of the playoff by a stingy Notre Dame team. Doing battle. So they will kick. Here we go. Lots of cash on the line. Yes, sir. I think there's only 12 Bobinas on the line, but they all matter. So no score early on. Clemson does get one back. 14-0 right to the dome. Boston College. Hey, they are burgundy and gold. They know how to sit out of a bowl game, much like Florida State. But hey, they're fighting back here later. Oh, they're actually making this a game. 28-20, not going away. They score again. A lot of SFA players on this Boston College side, and they take the lead. Okay. I didn't give Boston College much of a chance in this game, as we are going really back-to-back, bar for bar here. And this is going to be a 1st and 10. Inside the 30, they are already in field goal range. A lot of offense on both sides. Can Boston College find a way? The mid-screen almost intercepted. Ooh, the defensive end almost got there. 2nd and 11. As long as they stay within field goal range, they should be okay. Mills' former team, of course. 2nd and 11. Quick option. Floats it out to the running back, Timothy Stevenson, the SFA player, the transfer from Vanderbilt. 35-34. Or I guess Slaughter is in right now. I guess Stevenson is out. So 3rd and 4. Clemson needs the stop here. Matthews throws it over the middle. It's caught. They're inside the 20. So now they can run the clock even more here. Can Boston College take down the mighty Clemson Tigers? Hand off to the outside, and broken one, and he goes backwards. Definitely feels like Boston College is gearing up for the field goal. Back under centers for Matthews. Play action. He takes off. There goes Matthews. He breaks a tackle, and oh my gosh, he almost fumbled. He hangs on, looking like a very slow Castaneos or whatever his name is. 3rd and 13. See if they run the clock here. They won't. So Boston College jams that to the corner. He goes out of bounds. That's going to stop the clock for Clemson. So a chance to take the lead here. Very big mess up for Boston College. But they take the lead irregardless. So can Clemson find a way? That was Mitch Mulligan, the SFA kicker. I think he was the Team of the Year kicker last year, or maybe the punter. Here comes Clemson. Levi Cherry, SFA player. They've got Bentley Rodriguez at running back. Not a lot of SFA players anymore, though. They only have IGRs. 46 seconds in a dream, but no timeouts. What is the call for the Clemson Tigers? The snap. He has the time. He yams it deep down the left side and almost intercepted. Josh Brown put it in harm's way. 40 seconds left. This Mills defense, of course, Mills ball built on great defense. These are the moments where this team will shine. 2nd and 10. Over the middle, and caught. He has room. He breaks the tackle. Somehow he got through there. That's Earl Wallace. He goes over 100 yards. They are across the 50. Things are getting scary now for the Eagles. Brown has the time, yams that, and he overthrows the drag route. 300 yards, 1 touchdown. All they need is 1 more field goal. 37-35 in the Music City Bowl. Coming down to the wire. Clemson has time, floats it to the corner, wide open. He goes out of bounds. It's Jeff Jean. And he's also over 100 yards on the ball game. So 3rd and 2, they've got to get closer. I mentioned they have a decent kicker. Motion from the tight end. That's Braxton Lazard. He yams it deep down the right side on the comeback touchdown. No, down at the edge. Earl Wallace. What a throw from from Josh Brown. And they're going to spike it here. Oh, baby. What a moment for the Clemson Tigers. That yam was severely underthrown, exactly what they needed. So can they punch it in? 2nd and goal. The handoff, touchdown Clemson! It's Bentley Rodriguez, the SFA player. Great job from Bentley. But 13 seconds on the clock. They will go for 2 to make it a 6-point game. And yes, it is currently a cover. As he gets over the middle, they'll cover it more. So 13 seconds in a dream for Boston College. Or will it be heartbreak here in Nashville? They have 2 plays, folks. 2 plays to shock the world. To prove to everybody they belonged in the playoff. How far can Clint Matthews throw it? 4 wide. They need 78 yards. Dumps that short. Got to make a play. And 4 seconds left. The final yam for Boston College. 72 yards away. Trips right. The snap. It's Matthews. He yams it deep. It's an absolute moon. And it's caught. No, incomplete. It doesn't matter. 000. Clemson wins the Music City Bowl. And they will cover. So the Clemson cover. They get it done. It was a very fun back and forth game. And the 50-50 there on the Bobinas. Only 1,000 total. Bentley Rodriguez. 5 touchdowns for Bentley? Hello? The SFA running back dominates. Should have picked him for fucking derby. So Independent is starting 0-1 here in bowl season. They got one more chance coming up next. And I think this marks where the games get super fun now. We have users in every game left. And the matchups just get bigger and bigger and bigger. But 43-37 is enough here for Clemson. What a drive. You know, I think we're at the point where I wouldn't mind seeing another decent Clemson team, you know? It's been enough years. I think we're okay for another cycle, just like it doesn't feel too bad that Ohio State's good this year. Rodriguez. Let him cook. No, not from you, buddy. We don't want a born on third Clemson winner. That would be gross. So Josh Brown, 21-27, 357, 1 touchdown. Bentley Rodriguez, 113 in 5 tutties. Wallace had 141. Gene had 112. And on defense, Reese had 10. 6 total TFLs there for the top 2. The 1 sack for Matt Reese. No interceptions on the day. And no fumbles. For Boston College, Clint Matthews, 29-45, 395, 4 touchdowns. Slaughter went 26 of 87, and Timothy Stevenson, 1 carry in his senior year. Three TFLs for Denzel Hogan, the SFA player. He also had a sack, no interceptions, 2 deflections, and the fumble for Corey Patterson. So look at our players of the game, and then we will continue the slog here of bowl season. Every single game, all 19 of them, and then we will have our bowl game, or our Citrus Bowl, the granddaddy of them all. So that's a Clemson cover for those of you guys following along at home. Alright, so now we get to Huey versus Kenzie, Notre Dame and Rutgers. What a matchup this one is. So this is the IMP Armed Forces Bowl. Huey has the home field advantage, so to speak. So Huey is the away team. She does get priority here. This is a 3-point favorite. So Huey, if you are here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. And this is Hamsol's final chance in the SFA. Of course, his career is still going strong on YouTube in the Croker series. If you want to check that out, we are entering the year 2 off season. Going to start his junior year here as we enter the Big 12. So the off season video will be out tomorrow for the Crokers. So get your Bob and us in. It's Notre Dame and Rutgers. And I don't see Huey here. But I do see Kenzie. So Kenzie, let me know kick or receive. And Kenzie, do you want jerseys? I didn't see you text. Or yeah, you did. You said all red. Never mind. And we should also be seeing Juice Cobbins back. So now Huey wants the weird pinstripe helmet. She wants the navy jersey, so she just wants to go pinstripe. So we're going pinstripe versus all scarlet here. Kick and receive. All right, so let's get on into it. It's going to be a masterclass of a game. The final game for Hamsol. And, of course, a super fun offense from Notre Dame. Final game for Tehu Nakamoto, RB. So some major SFA players playing their final game here. So here we go. The IMP Armed Forces Bowl. Off-season strategy on the line. The Pinstripe Alternates. We are here at TCU's field. I didn't know this is where they played it. So what will Notre Dame choose? There he is. Ham for Yam, baby. Ham for Yam. And Kenzie wants to receive. How will his story end? Here we go. No score early on. Both offenses taking their chances. Notre Dame scores. They're up 10. Not a great start for Ham for Yam. Ham, can he find a way? 10-0, 17-0, 24-0, right to the dome. Not a good first half here for Rutgers. Do they have a comeback in them? It just takes one. There you go, 10 unanswered. We enter the fourth quarter. Can they find a way? No, down 21. It's not looking good for Kenzie. Ham for Yam. They need a lightning bolt, and no, it went the other way. Abraham Carter, a 64-yarder right to the dome. And a fumble now from Cherry Birch. It's getting ugly here in the Armed Forces Bowl. The IMP are swarming. They're doming. And Ham for Yam is dead. Notre Dame with the emphatic cover. Absolute clinic from Notre Dame. Some are saying they should be in the playoff. Enzo McKay, have yourself a day. Ham did throw a pass for a touchdown. And then he got replaced there at the end. Oh, man. So, yeah, so they took him out there at the end. 16-30, 200 yards, a touchdown, and an interception to end his career. And Juice Cobbins, 18-67. Weatherford had one. Santiago Beachwood will be back. Six total TFLs, no sacks, no interceptions. And Notre Dame, Enzo McKay, the one-star gem, 14-24, 236, 2 touchdowns. And Anthony Fuller missed a lot of the season with injury, came back 136, 3 touchdowns. And in his final game, Tehu Nakamoto, 84 yards. And this wide receiver core just keeps getting better, folks. If Notre Dame can stay healthy, man, things are going to be wonderful in the future. They have ran the independent division so far. I did update it on the history sheet, so it does show Notre Dame does have 2 independent championships on that conference championship slide. But that will do it here. No, I forgot to take my scoring summary, unfortunately. That's all right. I'll go back for it. But players of the game. So we got Notre Dame with the cover here. An absolute clinic. And we'll pay that out. 74% of the people knew Notre Dame was going to slock them right in the mouth. And that's what they did. It's the funniest thing. Everybody wants to make the playoff until they have to play a playoff caliber team. Alright, so now, speaking of playoff caliber teams, the team I predicted to be in the national championship this year, Florida, going up against Coach Dave in the Fort Ticonderoga Pencil Military Bowl, named from Dave himself. We've got Tribe, we've got Dave. Big time matchup here. Injury struggles for Penn State and just piss poor, effort from Florida this year. They have the roster. Really felt strongly about them, but this is a 4-point favorite for Florida to end the season. Kareem Paul's final game, Levi Kazaruni's final game. So some more quarterbacks sun setting on their career. Make sure you guys participate in these polls. These games are running out. So Dave or Tribe, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. Neither sent me a jersey request. So here we go. Florida Gators. Let's jump on into it. Florida and Penn State in the Military Bowl, normally reserved for one of our military, teams, but none of them were making a bowl game this year. Army almost came back. They got back to 6-6, but did not have the resume to make bowl season. So here we go. Kareem Paul, his final game. Navy's Field here in Annapolis. So heads and kick as always when coaches are not here. So here we go. Florida strikes first. Florida strikes again, and a long strike for Penn State. They're fighting back. I think Koala Cruz is back in this game, Dogwater. But Penn State not looking good. The offense needs to hang in there. They get one back, and they score right before halftime. That was massive for Levi Cazzaroni. Can they find a way? It's 31-21. Penn State's not going away, but it's starting to look grim. The Grim Reaper coming for Coach Dave. 34-21. Can they find a way? They've got to score. We're going to go one play at a time, but they got to get back within that one score here. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to jump in. 34-21, and they get it. That is huge. So 2nd and 3, game on the line. Cannot give up a first down. Hand up the gut, and down he goes. It'll be 3rd down. Where is Koala Cruz when you need him? The fatty. He's right there, right in the middle. The fat bastard from Dolores. Can he save the drive? Save the day. They go the other way. Roderick Black gets it with ease. It's not looking good. I think Penn State still technically has a chance, but it's not looking good. Florida, can they finish him off? To the outside, up the gut, down he goes. 34-28. Desperate for something. Desperate for the clock to stop. Anything. The handoff up the gut. Down he goes. 3rd and 4. I think this game is over. They've got to generate a stop on this final play. Where is Koala Cruz? Number 57. 3rd and 4. Does Dave have a miracle? The handoff. Down he goes. And they will have to do something here, but they got to get a missed field goal. Or they have to hope they go for it. So they bring out the field goal unit, 36 yards, to win the game, to push it to 2 scores for Florida. Penn State's got to beg and hope and pray for a miss. Game on the line. Can Florida take home the Ticonderoga Pencil Bowl? And it's good! Back to 2 scores. Coach Tribe dancing in the streets. Remember, we have to go back to simming when it's a 2-score game. Hello? And they don't get it. So Florida takes it home. They take the crown. It's going to be a cover for Florida. Great win there. A very good matchup. I really was looking forward to this one. Glad we got to jump in a little bit. Mango has stage 88 cancer. My dying wish is for the Michigan Bowl game to be next. I am not Make-A-Wish, bud. I do not care. EMU is a good source of grappling and tackling football. Mango does not have cancer. Let's be frank. I don't know what's wrong with him, but it's not cancer. So we'll keep it going. We got another very important matchup, user versus user. Promises on the line for Coach Bob Toledo. What do you mean, who's Frank? I don't know who Frank is. I think I said the expression, let's be frank. All right, but this is a Florida win. Kareem Paul, his final game, 15 of 24, 299, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Roderick Black over 100 yards and a tutty. Dambo Dinkins, his final game, 100 yards. Dogwater says he's cooking. We'll have to see if he can pull a J.C. England out of his butt. Penn State, Levi Kazaruni, 24-39, 275, and 3 touchdowns in his final game. Gutierrez, 193 and a tutty. He'll be back. Kenny Moore led the way on the tackles. 3 TFLs for John Thomas. 2 sacks here, 1 for Wyatt Germ. That's his final game. And Koala Cruz had 9 tackles for you, Dogwater. The interception goes to Terrace Johnson. Fumble for Drew Cabral. And that will do it here from the Fort Ticonderoga Military Bowl. Why do I make these bowl games such mouthfuls? Because he's not high enough overall for Dave. He was a 1-star, so of course that's not really gonna, or I don't, yeah, he was a 1-star, I think, so of course it's not gonna be, you know, capable of doing the 2 ways at, you know, a place like Penn State. All right, so Coach Mike Gronstone, let me know, kick or receive. If you are here, though, Coach Rosie, let me know. You do get priority, I believe, unless you don't. Hold on. Maybe she does. Yes, she does. Sorry, it's not the AI Alamo Bowl anymore. It's the old Alamo Bowl. Syracuse and Eastern Michigan. This is a pick'em game. So who are you rocking with? Wait, I gotta pay out this cover. So this is a who wins. Are you rocking with Syracuse or are you rocking with EMU? EMU completely choked the division a couple years in a row now. And now they have 2 players on the line for the transfer portal. So can Coach Bob Toledo save right guard Bev Bush and defensive tackle Urban Gallo from entering the TP? Everybody else has saved their players. So this is one of those interesting chances here. I don't see Coach Rosie, so Coach Bob Toledo, I know you're here, so kick or receive. We'll jump on board with you. Kick. All right, so let's jump on into it. Eastern Michigan. Can they find a way? Seems like the big games is where Bob Toledo crumbles, especially in these moments. But the old Alamo Bowl is calling. There he is, Dan Zhang, your Remington winner at center. A shocker as Dan Zhang did miss some time with injury this year. He still won the award for the best center. Former Denton Fatty and former Alabama Crimson Tide. But a lot of SFA players on both sides, folks. Here we go. The Alamo Dome, home of the Roadrunners, sets the stage for another classic. Earlier on this field, we watched Wisconsin upset top 5 UTSA. Can we see another shining moment here tonight? Quick strike for Syracuse, but Eastern Michigan responds. Syracuse on the ropes here. They get a field goal. Eastern Michigan has to keep pace. You gotta keep pace. They're down 10. It's not looking good at 24-7. Not like this. Not like this, Syracuse. But wait, Eastern Michigan, here they come. Here they come. It's a one-score game. Can they get a stop? No, it's a massive play. It's Sammy Andrew for 37. Eastern Michigan, they got to find a way, and they do. Back down a score. They've got to get the ball back, and they will. Legacy drive for Jason McCoy. 3rd and 2, they get it. Here we go. We're going to jump in pretty dang soon. 1st and 10, 2:14 left. Good at time as ever. Down a touchdown. They're 14 yards away. Doug Dollars in the backfield. Transfer portal players on the line. Or maybe Dollars isn't in there. I'm not sure. I thought he was your running back, right? He might be injured. Happened to him a couple times this season. That's McDougal on the rush. So 2nd and 6. Motion now to the outside. Play action. McCoy to the end zone. The diving grab. Touchdown! Eastern Michigan! What a toss from Jason McCoy! Just barely got it in there. What a chuck. And will they go for 2? I cannot believe he completed that pass. I thought for sure he was cooked. What a comeback here for Eastern Michigan. They were down 17. Our second massive comeback on the day. But there's plenty of time for Syracuse. Jason Handy, Sammy Andrew. We've seen this team cook before. But SFA player, heavy defense here for Eastern Michigan. Is it going to be Fudge Longbottom? Who's going to make the play? It's going to be Spider Ferguson at safety. Urban Gallo, who might be going to the transfer portal. But there's Sammy Andrew. He's carrying defenders. He gets 9. A very good SFA running back. 152 on the day. Coach Rosie trying to shock the world here in the old Alamo Bowl. 4 wide. Motion. The pass. Chucks it, and he wasn't looking. 3rd and inches. Handy not having the best game. Not above the Concepcion line right now. Got to lock in here. You got 2 chances. You just got to hand this to Andrew. Don't be stupid. Tie game. Quick option. They're being stupid, but there goes Handy. He gets it with ease. Nice 6-yard gain. Here come the Orange. Turner on the tackle. At the 49. Handy takes off again. Handy up the gun. Handy breaks the tackle. He breaks 2 more. Jason Handy for 15. When in doubt, give him a hand job. 55 seconds and a dream, and Andrew drops it. Andrew drops it. They got to get to field goal range. They're not quite there yet. From here, it is very far. It's 53 yards. 4 wide. Handy. Handy has the time, yams it, wide open man! Oh, he's in the red zone inside the 10! Eastern Michigan got to start using those timeouts. Not looking good. 9 yards away. They're just going to hand it off to Andrew. Up the gut. He finds the room down at the 1. Andrew almost took it the distance. And at this point, you've got to let him score. You've got to let him score to give yourself a chance. Handoff. Down he goes! So theoretically, Syracuse can just kneel on it and kick the field goal now. But they are lining up in a power position. 3rd and 3. Quick option. This is risky. Handy keeps it. It will all come down to the field goal. Torrin McLean saves the game for now. But Syracuse looking to walk it off. Will there be a time clock mishap? Or are they going to execute this? Coach Rosie to win a bowl game. Nothing more than a chip shot. To win the Old Alamo Bowl. The kick. It's up. It's good. 000 and Coach Rosie wins it. Tough loss here for Eastern Michigan. They gave them a ride. But the defense couldn't hang on. Had the massive play over the middle there. And that will do it. That's a Syracuse outright victory. 22% wanted the Cuse. Bob Toledo goes back to the drawing board. Jason McCoy couldn't get it done. But who's up next at quarterback is Jason Handy. Get your player of the game. Remember, folks, if you win your bowl game, you get an off-season strategy. If you make the playoff, you automatically get an off-season strategy. These are the choices. Make sure to DM me your choice before the national championship game. So the Old Alamo Dome. I still don't know how he caught this. What a play, though. What a play. Something that's not relevant anymore. It has to do with player cards. We don't use player cards anymore, and that's just the screenshot I have in my SFA folder on my phone. So I just black it out so nobody chooses the option that doesn't exist. Alright, so bowl season continues to be a heat. (34-31) is your final here. TJ Dreamer with a touchdown. And the 23-yarder to walk it off. We always see tragedy here in the bowl games. Eastern Michigan gets it this year. Fun game. Tough way to lose. We'll look at the players of the game now. Or, sorry, the stats. So Jason McCoy, his final game, 18-27, 251, 2 touchdowns. Dollars went out after 15 carries, it looks like. That's his final game. TJ Dreamer will be back, 8 for 118. Potter with 5 pancakes. Fudge Longbottom had 3 TFLs. 1 interception for Torrin McLean, the SFA player. And no fumbles. For Syracuse, Jason Handy, 16 of 33, 233, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception in his final game. Sammy Andrew, 158 and a touchdown. He will be back. Harry Jones had a touchdown. 100 yards for Herring. On defense, Sampson, 10 tackles, 4 TFLs, 2 sacks as well. Dashnaw and Peely. If you want to check out Peely, that's his final game, but he is still rocking in the Croakers Dynasty over on YouTube. Bear Hefner had a fumble. All right, the SFA player making plays. And that will do it. All he has to do is get to the top 3, though, so whoever's in 3rd place. All right. So we continue on here. This was Syracuse winning a heater. Winning the outright victory. And now we will continue on. And here's the game that immediately when it was released, Coach Cam was shitting on Tulane. Absolutely ripping them a new one. So it's time to show up, baby. It's the free TC Liberty Bowl at Geyser Field. Can Illinois get it done? Can Scotty Bean and the Beanie Babies prove Coach Cam right? So we'll start this prediction. This is our biggest spread of the bowl season. So, you know, Vegas agreeing with the Beanie Babies. At least a little bit here. 12-point spread for Illinois, or do you believe in Tulane, who took down Dogwater, dominated the Conference USA? Get those Bobinas in. Heads and receive for Coach Cam. All right, let's jump on into this one. Gonna be a fun one. Can Tulane shock the world? So hashtag free TC Liberty Bowl. Live from Geyser Field. Nope, BearCave reward players, you only pick positions. It's only other reward players where you potentially get to name them. Anytime you get a reward player, I DM you the full instructions. Alright, here we go. No, you cannot, Dogwater. And besides, you know if you change it, you're going to completely throw off the rest of your BearCave. Liberty Bowl. Actually, Geyser Field. Beautiful place. Oh no, I didn't pick Cam's jerseys. Cam, would you like me to quit and pick your jerseys? Or do you want to go with this one? I'm giving you the choice. It is bowl season. I can quit and redo it. Or do you want to just let it ride? It's up to you because it'll give us a different outcome. Don't restart the game. Okay. So here we go. You wanted heads and receive. Well, at least you get to receive the head that you wanted. So Scotty Bean, the Beanie Babies, Bean RB. What is the results? They're going up against the Green Wave. Quick touchdown for Illinois. Uh-oh, here comes Tulane. They do not score. Great defense from the Beanie Babies. Standing on their head. Tulane, though, they reply. We got a tie game. 7-7. Not looking good here. 14. Oh, they reply. An 85-yard scamper for the Wave. Geyser Field does magical things for the water-based team. 14-14. We're in the third quarter. Illinois takes the lead. They haven't really been in trouble so far in this game, but Tulane's not going anywhere. And no good for Emmanuel Dogby. So here comes Tulane. Can they tie it up? No! 4th and 10. The field goal no good. They've got to get off the field now. Can the Beanie Babies finish the job here? Remember, we can only jump in at the 2-minute mark. Here comes Scotty Bean, 4th down. What is the job? They're going for it! 4th and 4, the Beanie Babies can finish him here. Scotty Bean, empty set. The Beanie Babies, outside, 1st down! And he's still going! Oh my, down to the 5. What a job for the Beanie Babies. 1st and goal. Handoff, Arlo McKeever up the gut. Touchdown, Illinois! They extend the lead. So now we go back to the sim to see if Tulane can find a way. Down 14. Can they get the cover? Remember, it's a 12-point cover here. A score for Tulane is what they need if you pick them. 4th and inches. And they fumble it. Oh my God. Illinois is going to cover just by the skin of their teeth. There it is. Illinois covers. The backdoor cover for Illinois. Congratulations to the Beanie Babies. It was a little bit nerve-wracking there for half a second, you got to admit, Cam. Scotty Bean with the run. 85-yard scamper there, but McKeever cleaned him up. So Illinois with the cover. Let me get my screenshot. Easy win. Okay, buddy. Scotty Bean, he'll be back next year, hopefully. 16-26, 232, 2 touchdowns. McKeever, 159. I'm just realizing Bob Toledo is going to have those 2 players enter the portal as Quan Gillard. What a game. 6 TFLs and 2 sacks. By golly. Masterful performance there for Gillard. The fumble from Brunner. He recovers it. Tulane, E.J. Johnson, 17-33, 245, 1 touchdown, running the ball, Matt Peterson. So great year for Tulane. They just couldn't quite finish the job here at Geyser Field. And there it is, Illinois with the cover. Dogwater already counting his chickens before anything hatches. Slow your roll, buddy. We still got plenty of matchups here. You could totally still fumble the bag. Remember, those playoff games are double points, folks. DeJoki has to be like 60 years old by now. Dude's been here forever. He was, B-Dog recruited him at Southern Miss. That's how long ago. Just before even the D-Sleep era, before the Dave era. Long time. Alright, so we'll continue it on here. Oklahoma and Michigan. So here come Mango. Mango, if you're here, let me know, kick or receive, as you are the designated home team in the Hog Honey Mayo Bowl. So Mango all pissy like normal. -5, potentially his last game at the helm of the Michigan men. They are the favorite here. Going up against Brett Favre in his last game for the Oklahoma Sooners. Obviously, Oklahoma, most natties in SFA history don't enjoy being in the Hog Honey Bowl, but... So here we go. Get those Bobinas in. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matchups remaining. So we're still going strong here. Got to get a sip from my Graping Ghost, of course. We still got a Citrus Bowl game day tonight as well. We are going balls to the walls. The Hog Honey Mayo Bowl on the line. Disappointing year for both these teams. They had playoff aspirations. They get to celebrate and cover themselves in Hog Honey. Not a bad way to spend a Tuesday night. So tails and receive for Mango with cancer. If you want to donate to Mango's Cancer Fund, you can send a cash app to the SFA. 14-0 right to the dome. Oh no, Brent Favre comes out swinging. Here comes Oklahoma. 21-0 right to the dome to start it out. What are you doing, Michigan? But we know that this team scores in absolute bunches. This team can whip out 42 in the span of a quarter. But they've got to start doing it now. They get one back. Here comes the Michigan men as we enter the fourth quarter. It's coming all down to the wire. Here come the Michigan men. They get a field goal. Can they get the ball back? Long drive. Here comes Michigan. They have the ball and the drive. Can they finish it off? The Michigan men are driving. It's 4th and 10. We cannot jump in yet. They punt. They're going to rely on the defense. Not a good option. Timeouts now. The Michigan men got to get off the field. Can Mango find a way? Currently a no cover. Or no, it's an outright, actually. Brent Favre and company, he keeps it. There he goes. Brent Favre to the corner. He gets the edge. He explodes. He gets the block. He's still moving inside the 40, but I think he went out of bounds. Clock potentially stops there. Garrett Park, the former Oklahoma Sooner, brings him down. So they got to rely on the defense here. There goes Favre again. He wants to take him to Hog Honey Valhalla. Another 6. Michigan's got to stand on their head. They got to start stealing playbooks, stealing signs. 21-17, handoff to the edge, and oh my God, what a hit stick! Kevin Campbell just got flattened. What a freaking tackle. 3rd and 3. Game on the line for the Michigan men. It's an end around here from Oklahoma, and they're going to get standed up. Why are you running a reverse in the biggest moment? They're just gifting Mango a chance here. So 4th and 4, game officially on the line. Michigan's last hope rides right here on this moment. They'll get the ball back with about 40 seconds left in a dream. What is the call for Oklahoma to win the Hog Honey Mayo Bowl? The handoff to Campbell. Down he goes! The Michigan men get their chance. Look at the explosion from the defender. Mango's loving it with his bald-ass head. So 1st and 10, 46 seconds left. They were down 21-0. They now have their chance. The throw from Hodges to the tight end goes nowhere. Clock continues to tick. Not the best throw right there. Xavier Hicks. They're now in shotgun. John Hodges. We've seen him on and off for this team for the last 3 or 4 years, and he goes down. It's now 3rd and 1,000,000. Oh no, the clock is running. Everybody's got to get back. They're all winded. They're all fatties. The Michigan men. Oh no, they audible. We're down to 15 seconds. John Hodges just dumps it off again. Game on the line. The last play of the game. 4th and 10. Can the Michigan men do something crazy? They dump it off. We're at 0-0s. He almost stays in bounds. That's going to do it. Disaster here for Michigan. And that may have just ended the Mango era. What did I just watch? That has to be a felony somewhere. That was just horrific to watch there at the end. But Oklahoma with the outright victory. Congratulations to them. Another win in a bowl game. One of the winningest programs in SFA history. Congratulations on your Bobanos. Those 10 Bobanos going to good use. And Brent Favre goes out a winner. I thought he had a chance this year to be a one-year Heisman superstar, but didn't swing that way. That's all right. A Hog Honey Mayo Bowl is nothing to scoff at. That's one of the best bowl games. We do these in sequential order, so the farther we go, the more prestigious the game gets. Is how we typically look at these games. So we're starting to get to the big ones. But yeah, Michigan a bit disappointing there in that game. That's all right. They at least made it a game. It was 21-0 right to the dome to start it. But they found their footing. At least made it watchable. So OU with the victory. And Dogwater's BearCave starting to fall apart, it looks like. So look at the player stats. John Hodges, 22 of 34, 227, 1 touchdown in his final game. Shane Smith coming back from injury, 83 yards. Cunningham, 79. Coulter only had 1 catch for 12 yards. On defense, 3 TFLs for Lamar Hawkins. They had 2 total sacks, no interceptions, and 2 deflections with no forced fumbles. Brent Favre, 18 of 40. John Wobbles got into the game for 3 passes. He'll be the quarterback of the future, but 225 and 2 touchdowns. Campbell goes 72 yards. 2 touchdowns for Malik Dorsey. Steve Smith with 5 TFLs. The sack for Hodge. 2 interceptions. The deflection for Jake Wolf. And the fumble for Matt Marshall. So that will do it here from the Hog Honey Mayo Bowl, as we've got a good selection left. And then remember, guys, we still got the Citrus Bowl coming at you. Got Bourbon Boozin' taking on Bryce Beers in the Citrus. This is OU 3. Remember, guys, VODs from today will be available later on tonight. Highlights from the Citrus Bowl will be available tomorrow. And then I'll post all the games in the Discord later on tonight as well. I'll get a BearCave reward update out tonight, as well as a Derby update. So, a lot of stuff to unpack here. But as we continue on, now we got the Quick Lane Bowl here, the Pinhead Quick Lane Bowl. As this is often a little Maction aspect. We got Buffalo taking on Central Michigan, 2 teams that were losers in their conference championship. Both could have gone to the playoff, but things just didn't go their way. For Buffalo, they are a 6-point favorite in this one. So who do you got? Buffalo -6, or are you rocking with CMU? Get those Bobinas in, folks. You played Utah, right, Dogwater? They beat Yellowstone. So that's an interesting matchup. Alright, so let's jump on into it. I'm not going to give any results from the season yet because we're filming Season 3 right now. And Season 2 off-season will go up on YouTube tomorrow, so don't want to give any spoilers or anything. But both 10-3 here. The Quick Lane Bowl, Pinhead's former team making an appearance. This is a CPU versus CPU game. I believe this is our last CPU versus CPU, so the rest of them have a lot on the line. But this one is just good old-fashioned Maction. Of course, remember, Buffalo ran the MAC for years with Arch Manning. Pitch system merchants. Went to the ACC, then got kicked out in the realignment, back down to the American. So here we go. 0's on the clock. Central Michigan starts us out. Buffalo, though, gets a touchdown. Can Buffalo find a way? Central Michigan lost to Kent State. Buffalo lost to Cincinnati. We'll see Cincinnati play on Thursday when the CFP kicks off, as well as Kent State. Both those games will be on Thursday, as it's 7-6 here as we go to the fourth quarter. Very defensive matchup so far. Not a lot of offense brewing, but here comes Central Michigan, and they might win this off field goals alone. That is aura, if I've ever seen it. Can Buffalo strike back? It's fourth down. We cannot jump in quite yet, and they punt the ball, trusting the defense, and it works out. So Buffalo will get their chance here. Up at the 45, down by 2. No offense to speak of. 7-9, the quick option. What is happening? Zero aura there for Simpson, the quarterback. Nick Simpson, man. Wild. How far has this program fallen? So Tripp's right. 3rd and 13. Can Central Michigan win here in their home state? We're at Ford Field, of course. They hand it off, and they get half of it. Bob Walker. So 6-point favorite for Buffalo. They are down 2. Not like this. You got to get the no cover. Over the middle. It's caught. The drive's going to continue for Buffalo. What a catch by Ronald Harvey. They hurry it up now. A minute 18. Can Buffalo find a way? 9-7. They bring the blitz. He picks it up and delivers a strike to Justin Hill for 6. The drive will continue. Both teams have all their timeouts, so plenty of time for Central Michigan. They can hold them to a field goal. They can still win this with all field goals. Triple option for Simpson. He keeps it. He has room. He's inside the 20. Here come Buffalo. The Buffalo Bulls are cooking. More triple option. Simpson keeps it. Will he pitch that? No, he keeps it inside. They get 9. Now they're just trying to run the clock to kick the field goal here. Central Michigan having to use their timeouts now. 4 wide. It's a keeper. There goes Buffalo, and in Dogwater, if they score here, they will go for 2 because they'll want to be up 6. So they will go for 2. They will go for the cover most likely. So 3rd and 2 for Buffalo. The handoff to Bob Walker. He gets up the middle. They give him the first down. So Dogwater, he's looking for points on BearCave. These are the things that could decide a reward player, folks. If Buffalo scores, they are going to go for the cover. It's another handoff. Bob Walker with the stiffy. He can't get outside. And that may just do it. No, they're hurrying it up. Not like this, Buffalo. Buffalo. The snap. They'll throw it. Simpson. And he throws it away. Will they kick it on 3rd down is the question. No, they're coming out with a pass. 3rd and goal. What is the call? 4 wide. Down by 2. They're going to run it with Simpson. They may not even win this. He gets speared. There's 13 seconds. They're going to kick the field goal to walk it off in the Quick Lane Bowl. Buffalo, the kick. It's up, and it's good! 10-9, what a game! And that, folks, is a Buffalo no cover. So we've only had covers or outrights so far. That is our first no cover game of the day. Central Michigan gave them a ride, just not quite hard enough. Beautiful drive there from Buffalo, and they get to 11 wins on the year as Central Michigan, after knocking EMU out of the division race, they lose 2 straight as Bob Walker gets a punt return for a touchdown. That's the only... They didn't have an offensive touchdown? The only touchdown in this game was a punt return for a touchdown. That is ridiculous. 10-9. The only touchdown of the day was a punt return. That is an electric bowl game. That is Maction at its finest. 4 field goals and a punt return. You'll love to see it. Vintage Maction. So the Pinheads Quick Lane Bowl goes to Buffalo. As we continue on, and now we get to the ranked bowl games, folks. Every game left has a ranking involved. So get our scoring summary. It is not long, folks. Look at that beauty. That is an all-time classic box score. Whoo-wee. That is some Maction heaven right there. So Dan Jackson, 13-35, under the Concepcion line, 154. Glover over 100 yards, but no offensive touchdowns. They just kept stalling out. Hayford, 13 tackles, 5 TFLs. 2 sacks for Jamal Cobb, and the interception for Chad Johnson, not Ocho Cinco. And for Buffalo, Nick Simpson will be back, 11-25. Another guy underneath the Concepcion line, Bob Walker. 59 yards, but he had the punt return for the touchdown. And on defense, 11 tackles for Bratton, 10 for Johnson, 4 TFLs for Gene Edwards. 5 total sacks, no interceptions, 2 deflections, and that will do it for the Buffalo Bulls. So get our players of the game, and we will move on to the ranked bowl games, folks. The top 25, all that left, a couple more BearCave style, and then we'll have 14 straight game days to end the season. It doesn't get quite better than this if you're an SFA fan. We are eating very well today, and this week, and this weekend. I should be on track to not have to go to Phoenix this weekend. Things are looking better, so we'll see, though. You know, things could change any moment, of course. All right. So we continue it on. Now we go to, we gotta watch Josh Gamara. Or Garrett Gamara. Oh, never let Gamara grace the SFA again, as this was the committee meeting's 25 and 26th team. Texas Tech on the outside looking in. Did they get it right? We got the Barclays Las Vegas Bowl, baby. The dripping with lore, the most lore-heavy SFA player of all time. Let's see what happens. This was a Central Michigan +6, so congratulations. Get those Bobanos in for these games, folks. You are running out of time to bet on these games and build up your bank. This is a 3.5-point favorite for Texas Tech. So Vegas not siding with the committee on this one. So Big 12 versus Pac-12 in an instant classic. And all reds here for Texas Tech. All right, so 3.5-point favorite. Last game of his career. Garrett Gamara, of course, he is on Dolores in the Yuma A&M Croakers Dynasty on YouTube, but his swan song here, the Heisman finalist, the 5th Heisman finalist. Cal has like the old style bear, but I don't change jerseys unless it's a game day setting, sorry. So here we go, Barclays Las Vegas Bowl. In Allegiant Stadium. Remember, folks, this is a bit of a darker stadium. No rain, though. Kind of lucked out on that. We have a lot of bowl games to get through, Big Fatty. Oh, man, I don't want to watch Gamara, bro. A lot of people have Jesse Jetster. Can we please get a 0 burger for Jesse Jetster? So many people picked him. Surely Manju Moonman's going to win this game. Pizza, let me know heads or tails. Okay, he picked heads and kick. Thank you. I should actually read chat before I start waffling here. So, 0's on the clock. The Barclays Las Vegas Bowl in action. The King of Vegas takes over UNLV Stadium one last time, and we got a 0 burger in the first. That's what we want. No Jesse Jetster touchdowns, folks. Oh, no, that's 2 scores for Texas Tech, but here comes Cal. The Golden Bears felt like they had the team to go back to the playoffs. Oh, no, they take the lead. Oh, not like this. Texas Tech on your dome. Down by 5. It's looking like a splattering. Oh, no, 2 scores. Garrett Gamara, can he find a way? Oh, my God, a 3 and out. Garrett Gamara. Can they get the ball back? I can't jump in unless they get back within a score. It's 4th and 6. They miss the field goal. Or no, they win for it. Even worse. So Texas Tech got to find, where's that 800-yard offense, boys? I'm beginning to think it's about as non-existent as Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. And there's a touchdown to Walker, 22 yards. Just as I say it, here we go. Onside kick for Texas Tech. And no, it's a fumbling and bumbling. Texas Tech has it. Gamara gets his chance. Not like this. Down by 5, all their timeouts left. The Las Vegas Bowl is cooking, baby. Only in Vegas. And they run a screen. And he can't break the tackle. Come on, Cal. Stand on your head. Thomas Thompson, remember he can break tackles at ease. Manju Moomin, bottom of the screen. 3 touchdowns on the day for Garrett Gamara. He drops back. He takes off. He has room. And he pushes through 1. Pushes through another. Gets 5. Minute 25 on the clock. 3 timeouts left. He's not really in a hurry yet. 3rd and 9. They are in yam range. 1 for 13 on 3rd down. Gamara. Incredible. 3rd and 9. Corner blitz over the middle. It's caught. And the drive continues. Mike Rucker. They're across the 50. Here come the Red Raiders. Another blitz. Another catch. It's Manju Moonman. 1st and 10. 55 seconds left. Cal is desperate for an audible. They're bringing the blitz again. Oh, in the one-handed snag. It's Jerry Walker. Stop hurrying it up. Call an audible, Cal. Call an audible. Texas Tech got him in engage 8. They're doing it again. Oh, my God. This is sickening. There he is, Jesse Jetster. Thankfully, we get a different defense. Texas Tech was just farming engage 8. They were farming it. 2nd and 3. Now they have to beat a real defense. Garrett Gamara over the middle. It's caught inside the 10. Can Cal hang on? 34 seconds in a dream. Gamara, his final game, his swan song, 30 seconds. He takes off, up the gut, touchdown, Texas Tech. What a drive for Garrett Gamara. But he left too much time. But they're going for 2 to put this to 2 or to 1 possession. Currently a Texas Tech no cover. Over the middle and caught, but he's short. No, they give it to him. What? What? Garrett Gamara gets it done. The legacy drive. So Cal now needs a field goal. They have all their timeouts though. Mark Cooper, back from injury. Can he find a way? 80 plays on the day for Tech. 31-28. Barclays Las Vegas Bowl going crazy. Number 25 on the line. Four wide for Mark Cooper. Motion. The snap. It's going to be a screen. It's not open. He throws it late. You gotta... I mean, they have the timeouts. Doesn't matter. But you gotta go deep, boys. You gotta get in field goal range. Mark Cooper, longtime quarterback. 31-28. Do they have a dagger in them? Another screen. Dumps this off, cuts upfield, gets the blocks, cuts outside. Too much time comes off on those screens, though. It's 3rd and 3. Fringe yam range here for the California Golden Bears. 4 wide. Does Coach Ron have a miracle in Mark Cooper? They motion. They bring a blitz. Cooper, he floats it to the corner, and it is incomplete. They do not call it a catch. Will we get a review? I don't think we will. Just too far. 7 seconds left, so they can get closer and then take a yam. That's where we're at. Split backs. Cooper has time for a second. He yams it deep. It's all or nothing right here. It's caught. Oh, no, he doesn't get him. Triple zeros. A walk-off for the Golden Bears. On your dome. And that ends Garrett Gamara's career. Bang! The extra point for good measure. Texas Tech gets let down one last time. Who was in the coverage? Who was in the coverage? Oh my God, what a play. Mark Cooper yammed it deep, and he couldn't get... Oh, dude, he had both legs too. We gotta look at this. We gotta go to the tape. Triple zeros, California wins outright. What a swing. The ending of the day thus far. California gets to 10 wins yet again. We gotta go to the tape. I think he had his legs wrapped up. 8% of the money was on California. They got it done. We gotta go to the tape. How on earth did he not get the shoestring? It's one thing to catch it. We all see that happen all the time. But Gamara goes from getting the Engage 8, cheese to losing on a Hail Mary. That is incredible. I am so sorry, Pizza. You are now on the inner circle. You've built up a team, and now you have the intense heartbreaking bowl season. You are now on the inner circle. Oh my God, that's Delmar Wyckoff. That is the SFA player, I swear. That was not Mikhail Copeland. Delmar Wyckoff, the SFA freshman. There's no way that's actually him. Pizza has been tooting his horn all year long about Delmar Wyckoff. There's no way. We gotta go to the highlights. And a guy named Swan ends the day. Oh, brother. Come on. No, it's Freeman. Okay. Come on. Who is it? Who's the big fatty? It's Delmar Wyckoff! On your dome and in your home. And here's how it happened. He just got sped past. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. A dome shot. Okay, so let's see it. Oh no, dude. This is tragic. This is tragic, folks. He gets the face mask on the Achilles. He gets both arms around, and he still can't make the play. He took the dual Achilles to the jaw and still couldn't bring him down. Oh my God. Disaster here for Pizza. Normally when that happens, it's like, okay, they hit me with a big shot, whatever. But for you Jesse Jetster fans, there you go. You got a touchdown. You got 2 points. but that one is insanity. So Cal gets a stunner here, and that will keep Texas Tech from getting ranked most likely. Nobody's moving up in the standings with a loss, I don't think. So California gets it done. A 10-win season for them. Congratulations. Pizza nowhere to be found. Garrett Gamara, his final game, 29 of 52, 294, 3 touchdowns above the Concepcion line. He has been such a joy there. 13 for 74, he also ran. Jesse Jetster gets 1. Spraggins leads the way. Wyckoff with the TFL. Oh, man, buddy. Oh, man, Lubbock hates you, dude. Public enemy number 1 out there. Yeah, Manju Moonman scored a touchdown for once. California, Mark Cooper, 29 of 46, 333, 3 touchdowns. All 3 went to Eric Freeman, who had a legacy game in his final game. What a finish. There's always one bowl game that leaves your jaw on the floor, and it was this one today. Mike Hubbard with the fumble. So we'll check out players of the game, and then we'll see if that was enough to get Gamara a Team of the Year spot. We'll have to wait and see. Nope, Citrus Bowl is always game day style, so we'll be back here in a couple of moments once we get to that point. So it's always it's by far the highest prestige non-CFP game. I mean, I would say I'd rather win the Citrus Bowl than make it to the CFP opening round and losing. That's how prestigious it is. You'd rather just be in the Citrus Bowl than take a first round loss. If we're being 100 with this in terms of like the hierarchy of the SFA. Yep, gonna be a late night, folks. Just kind of how the schedule had to crumble, unfortunately. But we don't have recruiting or anything. Only things after game day is me posting games and posting BearCave results and stuff. So, you know, it's not gonna be too bad. But we'll continue on. We've got USC and North Carolina State. So very interesting game. Where is it? Here it is. So this is the Latina Juice Gator Bowl. If you're here, Coach Crew or Coach Airborne, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. This is a 9-point favorite for USC. What a bounce back year, though, it's been for NC State. Poppy Showtime getting that injury last year. And then Coach Airborne almost getting booted. But now he comes back, 9-win season, one of the hardest conferences, or divisions, I mean, in the country. It's been one heck of a year. Yeah, I don't enjoy losing the Citrus Bowl, Moon. I feel ya. I have one appearance in the Citrus Bowl, and I lost on a final second BS call for Tennessee. So that's one of my goals with Wisconsin. Like, if I don't get back to the playoff, that's fine. But I would love to get a Citrus Bowl with them. It's kind of my goal. So we got to finish good, but not great. That's kind of... You got to be 10-2, pretty much. And just hope. Alright, so we'll jump on board of USC since I don't see Airborne. So Coach Crew with NC State. See what happened? Things are coming down to the wire here. We just had a massive swing in points, and the Latina juice is raining from the sky, folks. The Latinas are twerking in heaven, dropping Latina juice left and right on the Gator Bowl. Latina juice, man, it's the greatest PDE of all time, man. You might want to invest in some Latina Jews out there in Eastern Michigan if you want to start actually winning stuff. You just got to have a nice chaser, you know? We got Gatorade chasers here today, and... Yeah, the ice caps are melting. No, it's Latina juice is melting the ice caps. So here we go. USC, NC State. Bounce back year for both these teams, who were both like 3-9 last year. Injuries riddling both programs. And here comes Poppy Showtime. He's ready for the big moment. Can they upset USC? Coach Crew, of course, on one side, Airborne on the other. A great start for NC State. They're up 21-3. Holy Toledo. Poppy Showtime. 24-3. USC can't do anything here. They get a field goal. Oh, man, this is a big shocker. It's looking like the beginning of the end for USC. No touchdowns in sight for the boys. Not like this. Oh, man, they cannot do anything. USC 31-6. Disaster here for USC, and that will end the game. They get a pity touchdown at the very end, but that is NC State outright, baby. 9-point underdogs. It don't matter. Congratulations. 77% of the money was with NC State, but I don't know if people were thinking outright. So here is, I mean, man, domination for NC State from the beginning bell. Let them cook. So NC State won. Check out these players of the game. Demetrius Cannon, 13 of 30, 118, 1 touchdown, not the best. Chris Ridgway, 103. Cunningham, Parks, and Bogtrotter, 10-plus tackles, 4 TFLs for Bogtrotter, the sack for Brad Parks, interception for Shane Taylor, the deflection for Taylor, the fumble for Taylor. Poppy Showtime, 11 for 23, 166 and 2 touchdowns. Andre Williams ran it 24 times, 84 yards. Not the best day for NC State, but enough to get them the win. Glade Glauber, the SFA player, 4 TFLs and a sack. My God, they had 5 total sacks today. Pretty much all of the SFA players got in there. Caleb Whatmuff, the SFA player, gets a fumble as well. Pickleball is a lot of fun, but yeah, I mean, if you're running around and you guys rally, it can be very tiring. But it's also, it's just kind of how you play. You know, you can play that game just standing still pretty much if you're old, right? But yeah, if you're going balls to the wall, it's very tiring. So, big time win there for NC State. The Latina Juice Gator Bowl does it again. All right, so now we're going to the Sleepers Peepers New Orleans Bowl, traditionally reserved for the best 2 non-playoff G5 teams, and that is Ohio Mania and Georgia Southern. Ohio Mania just locked out of the conference championship. Georgia Southern lost to Southern Miss in the Sun Belt Championship. This one is going to be a good ball game. This one is Ohio Mania, a 4-point favorite. Get those predictions in. Can Ohio Mania get it done? They were in the playoff last year. They took Iowa for a ride on the road. Couldn't get it done. Lost by a touchdown. Can they take down Georgia Southern in the Superdome? If you're here, Coco, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. If you're here, Coach Howard Black, let me know. Kick or receive. Either you guys are here, we'll go on board with you. I thought Ohio would see some regression this year. If you're thinking about Bulls, then yeah, there's some regression. But 11-1, never anything to scoff at, no matter who you are. Their schedule just didn't really help them out to get ranked higher, unfortunately. And for Southern, a lot better of a year than you thought, is Coach Coco still building this program. So I don't see either in chat, so we'll jump on board with Georgia Southern. As always, we'll go on board with the away team. We got 2 more games in this BearCave slate, pushing 3 hours right now. We got 2 top 10 defenses. So this is what I'm saying about the defenses. It's like, yeah, they're beating up on defense on you know, G5 competition, right? So that's the thing with Texas State, is like, how indicative are these good defenses in the G5 compared to good offenses? So this is a test we'll see today. How will Ohio Mania and Georgia Southern fare against each other? I think it's a good sign for Texas State if this is a low-scoring game. Would kind of be my, like, benchmark. So it will be Ohio Mania who gets the ball first. I believe Rudy Rollins is healthy for this game, so he'll last maybe, what, a quarter? Touchdown, Ohio Mania instantly. Defense starting to hang on. I mean, Ohio Mania getting off the field as well. Georgia Southern's done nothing with the ball. Here they come. They get a touchdown now. So going back and forth here in the second quarter, Georgia Southern takes the lead late. So halftime down by 7. Long drive. Ohio Mania ties it up. Neck and neck as we go to the fourth quarter. And that is a safety? Did they just get a safety? We got a safety here in the Peepers Bowl, and Quinshawn Doolittle gets the fumble. So Ohio Mania coming up clutch here. Can they finish the game? They're doing it in every way but on offense. Georgia Southern got to get a stop here. Georgia Southern on the ropes. It's a 2-score game. We cannot jump in right now. Georgia Southern got to find a way to score. Inside 2 minutes, down 11 they do. They get one back here. So we'll watch them go for the onside kick. They did get the 2-point conversion. Can Ohio Mania get this one? Yes, they do. And so now it's down to the offense. A first down will win Ohio Mania the Sleeper Peepers New Orleans Bowl. (25-22). Richard Cramp, the New Mexico transfer, under center. The handoff, Rudy Rollins. We never see him. He's also a New Mexico transfer. Call these the Ohio Mania Lobos. Donnie Dishes, 12 tackles, freshman All-American. SFA player. Offset eye. First down wins the game. Handoff, Rudy Rollins. Been out all year. It don't matter. First down and more. Rudy Rollins comes in at the end of the season to clean up when it doesn't matter. And now we got victory formation. But I think they might have to run a real play on third down. So game not technically over. We'll see if Southern can get this ball back. But yes, it is currently a no cover for Ohio Mania. So will they run a real play here? We've seen this play out in bowl season quite a few times. Can Georgia Southern find a stop to keep time on the clock? Looks like they might throw this ball as well. You're bobbing us? Oh. Yeah, I eat the bobbing-us in this scenario. They go to my infinite pool. They'll throw it. Richard Cramp dumps it off. Incomplete! That's going to give Georgia Southern a chance! Cramp just threw it into the dirt. What are you doing? We saw this in the Sicko Sun Bowl where UNLV had the win. All they had to do is stay in bounds. They went out of bounds. So that will push it to 6 points. So at least Ohio Mania has that. But Georgia Southern can walk it off here. 38 seconds, no timeouts. Cole Castles, the Maryland transfer. Can he find a way? Georgia Southern had a very good year. 33 seconds in a dream. Ohio Mania. Who's going to get to 12 wins? Shotgun set, 4 wide. Cole Castles over the middle. That's an absolute slingshot of a throw. Dude has a piss missile of an arm. Not a first down, though, so clock continues to run. They are in jam range here. 3 touchdowns on the day for Castles. He'll float that. Clock does stop with the first down. They got to keep hurrying it up. No timeouts left. They'll run a real play here. 17 seconds. The snap. Cole Castles over the middle. It's caught, and they'll get another first. Clock stops. Adrian Pendleton. So 13 seconds here. They're now going to spike it. They'll have 2 chances from the 50. Quasi Stutz on the tackle. So if the clock stops, they'll have 2 chances here to win the New Orleans Bowl. Under center as well. What a play here. Over the middle. It's a first down and more. 5 seconds. They gotta hurry it up. They got 1 chance here. Can they get this off? Clock is ticking. Come on, Cole. 1 second. And they keep it. That was the longest second I've ever seen. So Sleepers Peepers Bowl on the line. In the Superdome, Cole Castles yams it deep and tipped incomplete. Ohio Mania wins it. Georgia Southern gave him a ride, but Quayshawn Doolittle tips it away. The SFA corner saves the day, and Rudy Rollins, an absolute shitter. So congratulations, Ohio Mania, a 12-win season. I know it's not the playoff, but you win the most, historically the most prestigious G5 bowl game. So congratulations, that's a win to be proud of. You're going to have a long and healthy career if you're winning New Orleans Bowls every year. So off-season strategy goes to Ohio. Remember, folks, if you win your bowl game or are in the playoff, you get your choice of one of these 3 rewards. Raise the overall of a current SFA player, budget bonus, additional transfer portal scholarship for this cycle only. DM me your choices. Choices due by the national championship game. And just inside the upright, too. Crazy. So that is a Ohio... Was that a cover? It is. Ohio covers. So kind of a late Ohio Mania cover there. So BYU and Tennessee. (28-22). Myrick got back into the end zone, of course. So let me get my scoring summary here. Now we'll check out the players of the game. Cole Castles, 21 of 30, 250, 3 touchdowns. The redshirt freshman will be good for a while. Pendleton, the best receiver. Donnie Dishes, 13 tackles, 10 for Jimmy Johnson. 4 TFLs as well. 2 total sacks. No interceptions. The deflection for Donnie Dishes. Dude's cooking out there. And Ohio Mania, 17 of 30, 220, and 3 touchdowns for Richard Cramp. Rudy Rollins, 166. He might be back next year if he doesn't break his legs in the offseason. 11 tackles for Simpson, a couple of TFLs. The sack for Luca Van Fleet. Deflection at the end for Quayshawn Doolittle. He also had a fumble recovery. So only a couple games left, folks, and then we'll head to the Citrus Bowl. It's been a very fun bowl game day. Remember, the playoff starts on Thursday morning. So check announcements or check the events tabs in the Discord for specific times. So Ohio 3. So I'll post the games in the Discord after the streams and everything. I'll eat dinner, and then I'll come back and compute like BearCave and stuff tonight. Will not leave you guys hanging on that kind of stuff. We'll have highlights from the Citrus Bowl tomorrow. But a couple more games here. BYU and Tennessee on the slate now. I think that game was way down here. And this is the Outback Bowl. Traditionally reserved for only CPU teams, but of course not anymore. Choose outcome, Ohio with the cover. Alright, so this game now, it's been a very up and down season for BYU with the injuries, but they are back. Tennessee, of course, an amazing team, but no reliable quarterback. They lost the SEC championship to LSU and got toppled in the rankings because of a weak resume, unfortunately. So who are you rocking with? BYU and a fully healthy Earl Snyder Sr. and Shamar Winter, or Tennessee? Best defense in the country on paper. Number 15, number 16 live. If you're here, Nick, let me know. Kick or receive. On the other side, the new BYU coach. If you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. Thank you guys for joining in on this slog of a BC stream. Welcoming Combsy. So fully healthy, taking on the big bad Tennessee. Let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. As you are the away team, you get priority. Been a tough year for BYU. Really felt like they had a chance to make the playoffs, but the injuries, of course. But this is the second, or I guess the third most prestigious non-CFP bowl game. So definitely a successful year. So tails, and then do you want to kick or receive? Tails and receive. All right, he wants to punch Tennessee right in the throat. The veteran coach Nick, the best defense in the country on paper, but BYU has one of those offenses, when healthy, that can be a three-headed monster, and that's what you need in the SFA to have success. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, one. They've got Earl Snyder Sr., Shamar Winter, and Elijah Good. So we'll see what happens. Can they take them down in the Outback Bowl? This is the hashtag Fire J Jettas Outback Bowl. Raymond James Stadium, a little Tampa Bay, Florida action. So we'll go tails and receive here for Combsy. His first career bowl game for the Mormons. They brought the Super Soakers. Here we go. Zeros on the clock. How will this game... Oh no, 7-0. Quick score there for BYU. That's what they needed. Tied up here at the end of one. And they score again, 14-7. Not looking good for Tennessee. But the defense keeping them in the game. We are tied at halftime. Biting the fingernails now. Clenching those cheeks. 21-14. Waiting for the shoe to drop. Shamar Winter is back. They take a 2-score lead. Here comes BYU. Can Tennessee find a way back? Yes, they do. Remember, we can jump in once we hit that 2-minute mark. And, oh, man, a negative play. It's going backwards. Is that going to switch the tone here? First and goal. He hits Archie. And a touchdown there for Shamar Winter. We cannot jump in, folks. Remember, it has to be a one-score game. Up 14 here. But Tennessee coming back with a vengeance. Intercepted inside the 10. Latimer takes it away. This may just do it for BYU. There it is. BYU with the upset. BYU outright by multiple scores. Congratulations, Coach Combsy. One heck of an upset here in the Outback Bowl. That is one to hang your hat on. A 10-win season for the Mormons. Shamar Winter went to work. He had 3 total touchdowns. Unbelievable job there. Taking down Coach Nick and the veteran. So some shockers here in the bowl games for sure, folks. We've got upsets left, right, and center. The Pac-12 with a few of the biggest shockers. Earl Snyder Sr., 19-32, 279, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Winter had a 200-yard game in his final appearance, 3 touchdowns. And Elijah Good, no catches. I can never do live stuff. I can't tally that kind of stuff up. Interception for Justin Lattimore. But we will get an update before the CFP, so. Marquise Hampton, 19-34, 299. 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. Dennis Martell, his final game. He gets 22 of 86. Calvin Harris, not the singer, 156 and a touchdown. And Hazelhurst, 14 tackles here. 3 TFLs for Ryan. No sacks. Interception for Buddy Blackwood, the SFA player. Couple deflections, no fumbles. So that leaves 1 game remaining. Bum, bum, ba-dum. Let's get our players of the game. Hampton, Hazelhurst, Winter, and Latimer. That is BYU with the outright victory. Oh, baby. All right, so now it is time. Nebraska and Baylor, a former Big 12 matchup we've seen these teams face in the National Championship game, Season 15. The Yammon Cheez-It Bowl. One of the best ones out there. The crown jewel, the main event of this 3-hour stream. We've got Flame. We've got Coach Zach. We'll jump on board with Coach Zach here. Heads or tails, kick or receive. It's a 3-point favorite for the Baylor Bears, who have had a weird year. We don't know if Latrey Raines is actually playing. He is questionable for this game. So are you rocking with Baylor at -3, or are you going with Nebraska? The crown jewel. Get those predictions in. We're running out of them. 15 games left in the season, folks. Coming down to the wire. The Yammon Cheez-It Bowl live and in color. Baylor and Nebraska, 2 of the best SFA programs. Let's get her done. Coach Zach, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. Come on, get those bobbing-us up, you big dummies. So here we go. Remember, guys, we're going to come back for the Citrus Bowl after this game, but the Yammon Cheez-It Bowl, the main event of the BearCave stream. 3 hours. A lot of great moments, some heartbreak for some users, some elation for others, off-season strategies whipping left and right. Bowl season is here, folks. The best time of the year. Let's get to work. The Yammon Cheez-It Bowl, baby! Come on. 13 versus 14. The 2 teams just outside that Citrus Bowl range. We'll go heads and kick for the away team. Coach Zach, I had him winning my national championship this year, unfortunately. Shu Okani just hasn't been the player we thought he would be. So how will they play in the Yammon Cheez-It Bowl? They score first. But here comes Baylor the other way. Death, taxes, and the Baylor Bears. And it is Julian Bexley at the helm for Baylor. The true freshman. 7-7 for the Baylor Bears. They take the lead here as we go to halftime. 10-7. How will the Yammon Cheez-It Bowl finish out? 17-14, a big play for Nebraska. They're going the other way. It's 2014 now. Baylor keeps the lead going. Vondale Bronco, though, you know he's waiting. Oh, my God, it's a 54-yarder for Vondale. Vondale Bronco on your dome. And it's a 1-point game. And, oh, my God, Nebraska takes a 4-point lead. We are going down to the wire here. The last game of Husky Boyle's career, folks. And they punt. Nebraska has the ball. The defense has to get off the field here for Baylor. Can they do it? Vondale Bronco, the keeper for Shu Okani. He gets the edge. He gets the outside. There he goes. Last hope for the Baylor Bears. The Yam and Cheez-It Bowl on the line. Can Baylor get the ball back? The handoff to Vondale, the most explosive SFA running back. There he goes. He splits the D. He has the speed inside the 5. Vondale Bronco. What a run for Vondale. May have just secured the Yam and Cheez-It Bowl. And Shu Okani will put the stamp of approval right on their dome. But now it gets it back to the sim. And what do we always see in the sim? Death, taxes, and the Baylor Bears. Can they get a quick score here? 4th and 9, not looking good, and incomplete. Oh my God, it's a kneel job. It's over, folks. It is over. The fat lady is singing. It's an 11-point. They get the field goal. They've got to get a quick score. It has to be now. Can they get a dome shot? No, only 24 yards. The game is over. Nebraska wins the Yam and Cheez-It Bowl. And that, folks, is a Nebraska outright victory. What a bowl season. Congratulations, Flame. You made it here without your star quarterback. But Vondale Bronco just took matters into his own hands. Some massive runs there. 75-yard touchdown, 54-yard touchdown, and the 48-yarder to secure the win. That's the Nebraska I was looking for all season long. Shu Okani, 9 of 15, 135, 1 touchdown. Vondale Bronco, 330 yards! What? 330! What in the world? 8.9 a carry? Vondale Bronco, have yourself a ball game. And he's coming back, baby. A junior, hopefully he doesn't declare, man. We need to see more Vondale Bronco. His story is not over. 3 TFLs for Ping Mayorga in his final game. 2 sacks. No interceptions. 2 deflections. No forced fumbles. And for the Baylor Bears, a disappointing season. 18 of 46 for the true freshman, Julian Bexley. He just wasn't ready this year. He was thrusted into a starting role. And Husky Boyle's career over as well. He had a decent day and a touchdown. Solo Tippins as well. So a new era coming for Baylor. And we always know that Flame will stay ready. He'll fill the gaps and they'll be just as good. Joe Hopkins, 5 TFLs. The sack for Kearney and Bailey. The interception for Jack Kearney, the SFA player. No forced fumbles. And that will do it. So before we get out of here, I'm going to make sure that we're not missing any bowl games. Make sure that we have simmed everything that we can. But Vondale Bronco, baby. By golly. 330 rushing yards. That is just absolutely insane. Insane, insane, insane. All right, so before we get on out of here, let's make sure everything is simmed and we are good to go. So, playoff game opening round, playoff game opening round, playoff game, playoff game, playoff game, playoff game, playoff game. This is the Citrus Bowl. We'll come back for it here in a couple of minutes. These are placeholder games. Playoff game, placeholder. Awesome. All right, folks, so that will do it. We'll be back in about 5 or so minutes for the conclusion of bowl season. There are 14 games left in Season 18, and they are all game day style type of games, folks. It's going to be fun. The SFA Citrus Bowl on the line. Bryce Beers, Bourbon Boozin'. It's going to be a good time. We'll see you then.